July the COVID-19th, 2026. It's 8:31 in the PM, and we've got Prophet of Fiction back. Hello, Prophet.
Hello, Fakeologist. It's been a while.
Yes, I thought we'd get started promptly, even though I actually fell asleep watching Idiots in Cars, one of my favorite YouTube channels. Yeah, it's a channel. And actually, I better start the live stream. I started the live stream. I didn't start the audio. So let me do that. Don't ask again. And I started a little too fast, but it doesn't matter.
Idiots in Cars sounds like it would be almost educational for someone who drives for a living.
Yes. Well, let me just say hi to the stream because I pressed the video button, but I didn't press the audio button. So it's once more, it's Sunday, July 19th, COVID-19, 2026, 8:32 p.m. Hello, all live stream in the audio. And we're broadcasting live on Fakeotube, YouTube, X. D Live is gone. So where else are we? Let's see.
My YouTube channel.
We're also on Prophet of Fiction station, and looks like there's one person watching over there. So hello to the one person at Prophet of Fiction YouTube. How's everybody tonight? And yeah, I was watching Idiots in Cars, one of my favorite YouTube channels. It's back to back to back to back dash cam video footage. It never stops. It just goes on and on. And do you know what the number one, I would say, collision is on Idiots in Cars?
With cell phones?
No, it's just a type of collision. It's a really, I'll give you a hint. It's in an intersection.
It's a specific intersection in Toronto?
No, it's just in any intersection. What is the number one thing that causes a collision?
The four-way kind, I guess.
Well, it's actually the left-hand turn. The left-hand turn, one of the most dangerous maneuvers on the planet, because people turn left when it's not safe.
Yeah.
So a little bit of a heads up. Always avoid the left turn if possible. If you have to route yourself, and I learned this a long time ago, always turn right, and right again. Avoid left turns like the plague, and you will live longer. Who says we don't help people on this channel?
Right.
Not me. Anyway, we missed last Sunday. You were busy. So I think I did a solo show. I wasn't going to do a show, but then I thought our audience here is so loyal. I cannot just let them off without some kind of show.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did. I don't even know what I talked about, but it doesn't matter.
But you often have plenty to talk about, so it was good.
Yeah, I'm a blabbermouth. I didn't
mean that.
Yeah, I did.
But yeah.
But the one thing, yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
It's all right.
I was just gonna say it's your stage, so sometimes you can go solo.
Yeah, I should. Well, some people think I should go solo more often, but I kind of admit I kind of lean on the guests a little too much sometimes to do all the work. So it is a form of laziness. And I have been caught dozing occasionally during shows that I should be paying more attention. So I apologize for all that, but this is what happens when you do a show every day. It's never the intention, actually. I meant to only do a show every day during COVID because that thing never let up for years. Yeah.
And now you're not letting up. We're not letting up.
Yeah, that's true. But honestly, there aren't enough psyops going on a daily basis. The COVID thing was just giving so much. It just was relentless.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I kind of disagree with the not enough psyops going on.
Do you think right now, because we haven't had a school shooting? Hold on, let me find some wood.
Yeah.
Knock on wood. We haven't had a school shooting in months. I'd have to go to Grok and ask Grok because I pay for it. When was the last school shooting? When was the last school shooting in the USA. It's been a while. I put the YSA. I hope the bot isn't that stupid, doesn't know what the U. I put the YSA. July 13th, 2026. Huh.
Yeah.
I don't remember that. That was in Brooklyn.
Too small to cover, probably. I mean, on.
Oh, no shots were fired and there were no injuries either. No, I meant involving mass cat involving deaths. Des. Let me just see what's it say here.
They have to do some zero casualty shooting, so just to keep everyone on their toes. Yep, and we should say hello to all the good supporters.
Yeah, we
get
should.
some nice hellos.
Tommy Rogers is in both channels. He covers both channels.
he's
relentless. And by the way, I think I fixed the sound in our audio chat, which is another channel. It's another system I run. Did you know that? The audio chat?
No.
The audio chat is at shortfake.com/Discord.
I've heard some of they're like 6-hour long audio chats. Yeah. But with respect to psyops, I just meant if we only focus on shootings and explosions, yes, maybe there will be slow times, but psyops are much more than that.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, they are.
Yeah, there's so much psyop out there right now. And by the way,
yeah.
2 weeks ago, who was it that came on? Was it? Oh,
Me.
yes, Doug, you remember Doug, eh? And it was a little unpleasant.
Doug was he was just another one of the victims of the Jew. Sorry, the Jew psyop. I'm not sure.
Well, now he will probably agree with you. He's changed his mind, and he came on the RBN show this past Friday because Brendan O'Connell, I don't know if you remember that name.
Yes.
Yeah, I did a kind of hit piece on him already.
Yeah.
And Doug called in and mentioned that perhaps everything is a psyop, and Brendan just went off. What's the right expression? You've never heard someone just transform in live radio into a rabid dog. It was.
Hold on.
And he hung up after 5 minutes.
Oh, so he got mad at everything as a psyop? Oh, hold on. I'm confused.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so he didn't change any of his views. He just got more. He dug in more.
No. Doug presented Brendan O'Connell with the idea that everything is a psyop, including this idea that Jews are in charge.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
And Brendan lost it so
Brendan
bad.
lost it.
You've never heard someone lose it so bad.
Okay, what show is that? Where can we listen to that?
No, that's not, because it's so bad, and I don't know the exact timestamp, but just a heads up.
So Doug was presenting our point of view.
Basically, yeah.
Okay, but Doug still believes the Jews are in charge of everything, or no? You reversed him.
Yeah, he saw good evidence for my view, our view, and
well, it's sort of my view. I'm subject to correction at all times, but
yes,
it seems logical that
Well, because I did a big lecture on the history of kind of the Jews and how they are portrayed historically, and in the Middle Ages, supposedly they were blamed or accused of abducting Christian children and eating them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Children are always a weapon.
So unless you buy that, most people would now say that's obviously propaganda, and if that's happened in the past, why not say what's happening today is a kind of continuation of that propaganda?
Okay, I'm looking at your channel now. You did something about the big bad Jew question.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that was I just started listening to that. And you got our show here. I don't know why. I don't know if you can schedule a show that you don't start, just so you know. So that's probably why it's still sitting there like that, but I could be wrong
I don't know either. Yeah.
because
But,
I have to schedule it and I didn't schedule it in time for you to catch it, I don't think.
it shouldn't matter, eh? But who can?
No, it's okay. It's just that you'll probably have to delete that schedule because we're up here now on your channel live.
Okay.
That's okay. Just a little thingy. So yeah, let's look at your video for one
This lie about Jew question. It's very big question, still possessing many people in the conspiracy world. They are quite possessed in some cases. Very angry people, very convinced that they have the answer to the problems of this world. I thought I'd put this question.
I'm reading the comment from Squirrel Waffen to you.
Yeah, we keep up the lively exchange. But I do have some other stuff for today.
Okay.
We could, other psyops. Could we consider fake food a psyop? Keeping people convinced or trying to keep them convinced that the economy is fine, your food is fine. Are those all psyops? Why not?
I don't know if it's a psyop because I am following this story closely. There's a good channel that I watch called Broken Canada, and let me just bring it up because I don't think it's a psyop. I think it's just, the constant drive to maximize profits. Okay, here's the channel here.
Yeah, but to try at the same time trying to keep people convinced that everything is fine.
Well, I think most people know it's not fine. Okay, here's the channel. It's called Broken Canada.
Right.
Have you ever seen this?
No, but I watch similar stuff. So
So he calls it fake bacon exposed.
There's the word fake. Yeah.
Yeah. But what it is, it's quite interesting, actually. It's very educational. But what happens is, I think we all know that inflation is anywhere from 2 to 10% a year. I think it's close to 10% a year. I don't know what it is where you are. I'm pretty sure it's probably very similar. There's a website called Trueflation. Yeah, I think I got it wrong. Trueflation. I just want to point out that, here it is, trueflation.com.
Is that like what we had in the past? Or was it black, what was it called?
There was another website that went to pay website. It was something about statistics.
Yeah. And I think it had the word dark or black in it, in the title.
Yeah, I can't remember right now. It's bugging me, but I had to put it out of my mind because they went pay and nothing was free. So Trueflation looks like it's free, and this is a great website because it shows that inflation in the US is 31%. Now, that seems more accurate.
That's what people are reacting to. Exactly. Yes, I hear that.
It says here that in the Trueflation versus the official CPI, which is, what is CPI? Something, Consumer Price Index. So the US CPI released just this week was 2%, but wait. Oh, it says the Trueflation is 2%, but the official is 3.5. So I don't know why there's a gap, but so it's usually the other way.
We got some good comments.
Okay. Go ahead.
Who is that? Anulf? I don't know how to read that. I am vegan. My food is real.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well, good.
being a vegan gives lots of freedom to about what you eat. You can eat out of a convenience store and still be vegan. I guess the listener Anulf is being careful about what vegan food they eat.
Mm-hmm.
Or organic, I suppose.
Well, organic doesn't mean anything. It has no.
Yeah.
You see,
Well,
let's get back.
it doesn't mean as much as it claims, perhaps. Yeah.
Well,
Sure.
there's no official meaning. For instance, jam has a regulated meaning in Canada, at least.
Okay.
Did you know that?
You spoke about it last time, I think.
Yeah, you can't use the word jam unless it has 35% fruit.
Right.
So because they're not putting enough fruit in anymore, they call it spread.
Mm-hmm.
The jam aisle's completely gone in the supermarkets here.
Yeah. Well, but there is organic certification, and it does mean something. It's just not as much as it should.
Well, it's not a regulated word, though. No one's regulating the word.
Oh, the word is not regulated, but
no.
I see.
So it's whatever the marketing department of that product wants it to be.
Wow. Well, that's
as far as I know. Well, do you really need the government to regulate a word? Well, now they regulate it for just. I don't know what department of the government regulates food words.
It's
Maybe the food agency.
Maybe not regulate the word, but regulate the.
But for instance, butter.
So how you're promoting something with a word? If you're just lying, then it's fraud. It's illegal.
No, they do everything within the rules. But for instance, let me.
I guess to be really safe, they'd have to print. We don't have farmers who spray our crops in this food. Sorry, not the farmers. We don't have crops that were sprayed in this.
Let me just give you an example about chicken, okay?
Yeah.
Not what you think it is. We bought chicken breasts from 11 of the most popular grocery stores in Canada. We tested every single one, and what we found should make every Canadian who has ever paid $9, $12, $15 a kilogram for a protein they assumed was clean stop dead in their tracks. Most of them failed. Not on taste, not on price. On the basic question of what is actually inside the bird before it ever hits your pan. Why Canadian chicken isn't what it used to be. Let me take you back to 1985 for a second. Your parents went to the butcher, or they went to the grocery store, and the grocery store had a butcher counter with an actual butcher standing behind it, a person who knew where the birds came from and could tell you. The chicken was local or close to it. It was processed regionally.
I don't know if that was 1985. I think it might have been happening before then, but
it looks like the 60s or 50s.
Yeah, I think things were changing at that point as well. But the bottom line is everything is being pumped up with water and salt water and to increase the weight because every meat is sold by the pound, obviously. Yeah. So you're getting more of a watered down product. That's the only way they can maximize profits or keep profits up with inflation. My whole point of bringing up inflation was because inflation is so high that their profit would go down every year by 5%. So they have to deflate or water down the product by 5% just to keep pace. That's all. I don't think it's a psyop. I think it's just it's a function of our profit or inflation system, and communism wouldn't solve it because inflation is.
But
the inflation is the problem, and the inflation is how they control the debt because they have inflation to allow the debt to go down, even though it's actually going up. But the value of the debt's going down, even though the number's going up. Does that make sense?
No, but I have wrapped my head around it a few times before. But
yeah, like the old coin shaving techniques, as Skate and Destroy said. Yeah, they just shave the coin. I think we had a caller in, or I missed it. Hold on a sec.
Hold time 3 minutes 41 seconds.
Caller in, or where are you calling from? What's your name?
Mm-hmm.
Caller inner. Caller inner. Can you hear me, caller inner? Did I do something wrong with the audio? No. I don't think I screwed up the audio. They just couldn't hear me.
Or it's Brian having revenge.
No, he's not vengeful, is he?
I'm just joking. But
so good. Get back to your thesis on fake food, because what all they've done is they're just watering down the food. Even the bacon. I did the bacon video today, and they used to cure it, dry cure it. Now they cure it with salt water and nitrates, liquid nitrates, and smoked bacon is liquid smoke. So they can just do everything faster.
Just soak it.
They soak it in smoky soaking liquid.
Yeah.
So it just saves time, and it also pumps it up with water. So you're buying water.
Hold time 18 seconds.
Okay, caller in, or what's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, my name is David Forrest from Kansas.
Hi, David. Say hi to Prophet.
Hey, Prophet, how's it going?
Good. Yourself?
Good, good. We got to catch up again.
Yeah, it's been a while, I guess. I can hardly remember now.
Yeah. So how you guys been?
Good. We're just doing a show. Did you have a question about anything we're talking about, or are you just calling?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I actually recently went through the carnivore diet, and I've been seeing a lot of I call miracles within myself. That I'm 40 years old, and I feel like I'm 18 now.
Hey, great.
Prophet doesn't want to hear that because he's on the vegan side or the vegetarian side of things. I'm not sure you're going to find any allies with him.
No.
Well, here's one thing for vegans that they probably don't know, but they should research is a lot of the vegetables, including even avocado, is called what they call high in oxalates. And oxalates is what destroys the kidneys.
Right.
When you have kidney stones and all this kind of stuff, especially like spinach, almonds, all this kind of stuff. All these things have been teaching us for years.
Yeah. I'm just taking almonds out at this moment.
Okay. So you have researched.
No, it's nowadays I let my body tell me, and something is not quite right. So I have a suspicion. So yeah.
So wait, what do
you can easily look it up? Yeah, it's
what are you not eating now?
Almonds for today's just the second day, but
no more almonds for Prophet.
Well, for a few days, if my symptoms return while I'm not on them, then it's not the almonds. But let's see.
All right.
That's how I work nowadays. I'm done, researching online. My diet is already so narrow. It's very few vegetables, mostly tree fruits and some nuts.
Do you know Freely the banana girl?
No.
I watched her for a while. She just ate bananas.
Wow, that's okay.
Oh boy.
Well, it was mainly bananas, but she was a frugivore as well. She was a frugivore. Or is that what it's called? Just fruit? Frugy? I don't want to give it. I don't really want to get on the diet topic for tonight because we're talking about.
No, I know. I got more things. Yeah.
We're talking about the fake
foods, right?
We're talking about fake foods, and Peter likes to mix it up with he calls it the Fakeologist Banquet, where he touches on a number of topics that he's heard over the last week, which I think is really a good idea.
Yeah.
So let's.
Yeah. The whole thing is, it's like I've been trying to look for grass-fed, grass-finished beef or any of the sorts for protein.
Yeah.
And it's just getting harder and harder. And the whole thing is, I think why the meat has gone so high is because it finally came out that people has been going towards this. But anyway, so back to the fake foods. people can't afford the real thing,
Yeah.
you know, and so they have to eat these fake foods, and it's just
She was a
Yeah.
frugivore as well.
yeah.
She was a
so
frugivore.
it's
Or is that what it's called?
you know,
Just
the
frug-
medical field is a
Frugy?
big field.
I don't want to
and
give
so
it. I
they
don't want to.
count
We
on
don't.
people
I don't
eating
really
these
want to.
fake foods, so that way they come back to the doctor.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
So it's a cycle. It's a whole
We're
thing,
talking about
and
fake foods,
they
and
have this.
Peter likes to mix it up
you know,
with the. He calls it the Fakeologist
down
Banquet,
pat.
where he
They know
touches on
exactly
a
what
number
they're
of
doing,
topics
and
that he's heard over the last week, which I think is
people
really.
still wonder why they're suffering from this and that. You know.
Yeah. Well, listen to your body. That's the best advice I can give. That's most of my changes have gone that way, not from what I read. But yeah, I was going to tie the discussion into China into the discussion. Everyone still there?
I'm here. Sorry, I might have been. I was trying to get the chat for the Fakotube up. You might have heard an echo, so I apologize.
China and the U.S. Like there is a big loss of livestock herd. It's been really reduced, I think, to something like 1950s numbers. The amount of wheat is down to 1930s numbers. So that's going to drive up prices. And as you say, people can't afford it, so they're printing or making fake food for people. But this is all by design. This is the real, or one of the real weapons by which they weaken and cull our herd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I see things getting very bad potentially, this year, next year, whatever. China is still flooding everywhere, or not everywhere, but it's flooding badly this year.
Where is it flooding in China?
Nowadays, just outside of Beijing, I've heard, and so much of its agriculture is in the large drainage basins that country has. It is a country of rivers.
Yeah.
So that seems intentional. They do have a huge weather modification infrastructure there, and the drought in the U.S., that's also seemed intentional because it is drought prone. Much of the U.S. agricultural production zone is drought prone, as we know from the what's it called, the Dust Bowl. It's much of the land is in the rain shadow of the Rockies. So it seems intentional to me. And yeah, the consequence is we got fake food, which is more toxic than ever. I've seen pictures of people who, the cheese doesn't melt in the pan, ice cream won't melt.
Ice cream won't melt? Wow.
Well,
not at a normal rate anyway.
Well, that's basically what I was saying. They substitute things that legally don't change the definition of what they're selling, but they are substituting less expensive ingredients, which is just profit. I don't think it's intentionally to kill you. I think it's literally just to maximize profits. I think that the side effect may be injurious, but I don't think it's deliberately set out to kill people. I don't buy into that at all. I consider that fear porn. I'm just showing a couple flooded areas of China here, but I don't know when.
Well, what's your thoughts on? Because you just said salt and water that they're pumping into these animals. You don't agree that they're pumping in hormones?
I don't know. I'm sure they are to maximize profit on that. I was just talking about the in order to not lie, they are literally watering down the product, and it is still the product, but it's watered down. And if you do the math, what the guy was saying, if you do the math, you can buy the more expensive meat because they don't water it down. But in the end, you're paying the same price per pound. But people think they're getting the cheap meat because it is cheaper, but you're buying water. And by the time you cook it, your 30% of the weight evaporates into the into your range hood, and you have the same amount of meat. So you're paying, it's sort of a shell game. You're paying the same amount per pound. It's just that you have to evaporate all the water off when you're cooking. I just cooked some bacon the other day, and I laid it on the pan. It was about 7 inches long. As soon as I finished, it was only 3, because it's all water. That's the point. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's not trying to kill you. It's just trying to maximize profits. But it's fooling you in the sense that it's not what it used to be. Because
the taste is not, and you can easily taste the difference if you were to taste something real.
The taste is pretty subjective. No offense.
I mean, I've had grass-fed beef, and it tastes a lot different than what you buy in the store.
I love beef, and I can't tell the difference, steak to steak. I really can't. Maybe I have a dull palate, but I'll still. Anyway, I don't want to get bogged down in
to food topic.
In the food topic, David. But anything else before?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought that's what you guys' main thing were talking about. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. We're all over the place. It's good. You're not.
Oh, okay.
We're all over the place, but we were just going to touch on the food topic. We weren't going to dwell on it.
Okay.
But anything else before we carry on?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, keep listening in, and if you want to call back on another topic, that's fine.
All right. Well, thank you guys for letting me have some time with you guys.
Thanks for calling anytime, David.
Anytime.
All right.
I just want
thank you, Prophet.
Thank you. I just want to keep going because Prophet always has a lot of stuff.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Prophet. Keep going.
Yeah. Where to go next? I got a few things on the on the table.
The food debate never ends with what's right and what's wrong for you. That's an impossible subject to get any agreement on.
I don't know. I'm not hardcore. It's like, okay, so David had good results going to a carnivore diet. I don't doubt that, and I've been kind, or what's the right word? I've said probably carnivore diet is the second best choice. Well, I'm not saying it's wrong. So there's a spectrum of diets to choose from, and it's not black and white.
So. Well, my policy is just eat a balanced diet of things that are good for you if you can, and spend as much as you can on food, because I know that the main thing is everything gets watered down over time, everything, for profit maximization. So your chicken today is probably 40% less than it was 15 years ago in terms of quality, and you just have to spend more.
Right.
And if you value what you're eating, then you're going to have to pay for it. That's all. You get fewer cigarettes for the same price, but people don't really, I don't see people complaining about the price of cigarettes on the routine. Do you?
No. No.
Now, the good news is our drug correspondent checked in from Europe today, and he said the price of cocaine is way down this year in Europe.
The price of cocaine. Oh,
I know. He just got out of jail for trafficking. We take it. We take all kinds of. There's all kind of fakeologists out there. Okay, what's next?
You remember I shared one of my lectures about art with you for your daughter?
Yeah.
Any comment yet?
No.
Okay.
I'll send it again. She's what was this one?
I think that was on.
No, is this the picture?
No, this is a new thing I will cover today.
Yeah, she's in the Caravaggio.
Caravaggio, that's right. I did a whole lecture on.
Oh yeah, I sent it to her. She didn't know feedback yet.
Okay, I know it's a little probably.
I usually don't get any feedback on anything I send my children. It's not just your stuff; it's my stuff. They said they don't even click my links.
It's a cultural problem right now. It's widespread social problem. Anyway,
Well,
here, go ahead.
they just ignore me. I think it's a father problem.
Yeah, I hear you.
My advice is rarely taken, except if there's a price tag attached to it. Then it gets noticed.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to pay them to start reading my messages. That'll work. $5 a click.
All right.
Suzette Ann's bagging on me about chemtrails. Okay.
Yeah.
You're just gonna have to let me try and interview Jim Lee of Climate Whatever. One of these days I'll get a hold of him. I sent him an email. I'll send him another one. I might call him as well.
He would be a nice. I would join a show with him. But
all right. Are you where do you stand on that issue?
I don't think they're deliberately poisoning us. I think they are trying to manage the weather. That's about it. And I'm open-minded about it. I'm not. What's the word? As you say, I'm open to new information. But
okay.
Let's go to the execution of Lady Jane Grey.
All right. The National Gallery of London, by the way, is it the biggest art gallery in the world?
I don't think it could be bigger than the Louvre.
Well, what I'm saying is I think it's full of stolen art.
Right.
Well, just based on the British Empire, I suppose, if you want to call it.
Yeah. Well, I would jokingly or seriously disagree, because a lot of that those foreign monuments, foreign statues, and so on, were made by Western Europeans, and they're all fake.
Yeah.
So it would make no sense to return them.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah. There's a lot. They have a lot of stuff, I think, that belongs to other people, and I think they are being petitioned all the time to give it back.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think, and to really want some of that, junk back. Come on, make some good new stuff, people. Why do you need stuff that's 2,000 years old? What happened to your creativity? Get going.
Okay.
Jeez. Anyway, like a pyramid. Really, do you want a pyramid? You want to take pride in a pile of stones? Please.
All right.
That's my attitude towards all that ancient art, and towards most of the art out there, and including this stuff. This so-called masterpiece, the execution of Lady Jane Grey. Let's dig into it, because this one offered me a lot of elements that deserved examination and interpretation. Starting with Lady Jane Grey's dress. Who comes to their beheading in a wedding dress? And she was supposed to be queen already for 9 days. She's already married, and she's been queen for 9 days. But she's coming to her execution in her wedding dress. So something is off. We can't just ignore this, and we have to look for other details. And I don't think I could make sense of all the other problems without my cannibalism and adrenochrome framework.
Mm-hmm.
For example, other problems with this picture, the chopping block is a rather unusual shape, narrowing at the top. The top is actually narrower than the edge of the axe on the right hand there. Not very appropriate for chopping. So I'm already suggesting that this is not a beheading scene. It must be something else hidden. The straw sprinkled on the ground supposedly is there to absorb the blood, but that is in no way sufficient straw to absorb the blood of one young lady. She's supposed to be 17 here.
Okay.
She does have a ring on one finger. She is married.
Well, that's a good close up.
There you go.
I can barely see it. Which finger is it? The ring finger?
Right there, yeah.
Okay.
And
sorry, who did this picture?
Pardon?
Who made this? Who painted this?
A gentleman named Paul de la Roche.
Okay.
In 1830s, I think. So, well, 300 years after the event, really. That's another funny thing about these painters. Sometimes they're painting scenes from ancient Babylon, ancient Greece. It just had to wait until the modern age for good painters. Anyway, so there's a ring on one finger, and there are 3 rings on the chopping block. That is not normal either.
I don't know my makeup of the chopping block.
Yeah, I've seen enough.
That's true. You specialize in chopping blocks.
I do. And these rings have ropes attached to them. What is up with that?
Well, that's just a horse parking spot.
It looks like a horse parking spot. Yeah, so there would be 4 rings.
Yeah, it's probably one on the other side.
And I'm going to suggest that this chopping block is a post.
Yeah, it's a fence post. It's a hitching post.
And who will be tied to it?
A horse?
No, this young lady.
Oh, okay.
And that'll make sense later.
Looks like a nice girl.
Very nice lady. What else to notice, to mention? Okay, so his axe is there. His hand is holding it very lightly. And he has this strange object on his belt. I've shown strange, similar shaped objects on belts in Caravaggio's paintings, and argued that, well, this can't be a ballpoint pen, however much it looks like one. I think this is a very nice hypodermic needle.
Oh, looks like
that made sense of the Caravaggio paintings too. It is also over his red tights, red for blood. Very inappropriate wear for an executioner. He seems to be in his slippers. He should be in boots or leather shoes.
They should have some kind of smock.
Yeah.
For all the blood all the spatter.
Right. So there won't be any blood splatter because this is going to be a blood withdrawing operation. And on the left here, we have a young, not such a young, who knows the age, this lady here who is languishing. And look at the color of her hands.
I think she's dead.
Yeah, nearly dead, greenish, grayish, and she's a lady of wealth. Wow.
It's a very, I like the painting because it's very photograph-like. That's my favorite kind of painting.
Yeah, there are amazing paintings like this. They're not so uncommon. And she, I will argue, is lacking blood. She will receive the good. She's either sick or has lost the blood or both. Because as I realized, if you're into this
bloodletting,
yes, you have to let blood out first if you're going to receive a lot of blood, fresh blood, good blood.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. That's why they don't do it anymore.
Well,
among other reasons.
We don't do it. I think they do it, and they have good ways to do it. There's one statue of a young person, and the statue is physically attached with a strange, I don't know, attachment, for lack of a better word, to a other person. And I don't know where to find it right now, but that's hinting at blood transfusion. The other clue to support this reading is, or the other interesting point is that Lady Jane Grey, if you examine the size of her body here, her head compared to his head, there's no way she's a full-grown woman. She's too small. Or not a normal full-grown 17-year-old. Her hands look like little doll hands compared to his. And her head actually looks a little smaller than this woman who is in the background, and her head should be smaller than people in the foreground. And so that's hinting at the child sacrifice. You don't want blood from maybe even 17-year-olds. It'd have to be younger. Okay.
For the adrenochrome, you mean?
I guess, yeah, for the best possible blood to invigorate and get, some youth, some feeling of youth back.
Yeah.
I suppose that's how it works.
Should we take another call?
Yeah, sure. I'm done with this painting.
All right. I like it.
Hold time 11 minutes.
Ooh,
10
they
seconds.
waited a long time. Caller, and where are you calling from? What's your name? Go ahead, caller.
Brian in Washington.
Yeah, Brian in Washington. How's it going?
Hey, Brian.
Jenna. Where's Jenna? Let her out.
She is on the job, although she stepped out the door.
Okay. What's going on tonight in Walla Walla, Washington?
It's actually Olympia, Washington.
I know. I just like saying Walla Walla.
Okay, you're welcome to that.
Thank you, Brian.
I heard my name mentioned.
Yeah, in vain.
I know that Prophet is into research. I have a couple things pulled up on the internet, on YouTube. The Neanderthal cannibalism theory 11 months ago is one of them. I just want to try and promote what Prophet is saying. How about this one from a year ago? The most unhinged Neanderthal theory I've ever heard.
Yeah.
These things exist. So I'm just saying, and I'm looking at quite a few of the comments in the chat room involving chemtrails. You could have Jim Lee on.
I know. I'm gonna have to get on that. I'm gonna get on that. Now that I got my voice back after a month.
Okay. So how about the name Steve Bergevin in British Columbia, Canada? We did get him to interview Jim Lee.
Okay.
Jim called me after the broadcast and said, "Boy, that was sure a round the world swirl." I don't know why, I'm promoting these nutcases like Steve Bergevin, but it could be you, Tim, could touch on this subject. It is not rocket science. It appears as though they have for many, many years tried to control the weather, and this is not out of the question. So,
okay. What's his website again? Is it Climate Viewer? That doesn't seem right.
Yes, it is Climate Viewer.
It is. He wants to change his site. I want to.
He changed it about 18 months ago, maybe.
Oh, okay. Because there was a blog on here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yep. I think climateviewer.com. .org.com.
Yeah, this is
probably.
Yeah, this is it.
But he has a freaking telephone number, and I'm just encouraging, because your listeners, when I see Suzette Ann say, I still see both contrails and chemtrails,
He was on with Uncle Oddball and the Health Ranger. I got to watch that.
Yep, Mike Adams. That was pretty recent.
Yeah.
How about from Suzette Ann? She says, I just don't get Fakeologist and IPS not seeing the obvious chemtrails, which is not contrails. So this is all from your.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not. I don't control my chat. It's not my chat. They
Yeah,
can
and
talk about whatever they want.
it disappears after the broadcast.
No, it's on the screen all the time. Just saying, I'm not responsible for the views of the listenership, so I'm not really worried about it. But I will watch this here. And he was with Uncle Odd, who won't come on my show anymore. Too bad.
Oh.
Yeah, he's somebody in the Discord upset.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so again, from the chat room, Cam called in recently.
Yeah.
And his comment, Cameron 46. Same here in the Pacific Northwest, Suzette. Good luck convincing Tim. So, yeah, in my opinion, you and Prophet of Fiction are running the biggest psyop.
What?
Bury your head in the sand. None of it exists.
What are we burying?
Reality. These things do exist.
What
There
exists?
are people.
What exists?
Yeah. Well. Anyway.
Earthquakes don't exist. It's all done from explosives.
No.
Friggin' nonsense.
No offense, Brian, but you haven't been listening very carefully. I am not I don't have my mind closed to the chemtrailing narrative.
I'm looking at the future. What is in the past is not so important to me. Please, please, please return one of my multiple emails so that we can continue this discussion, because
Brian, with all due respect, you don't know how to have a discussion. So.
So you do a Zoom with me, and I just flounder. I can't step up to the plate. This is a horse nonsense.
Okay, get your own radio show. You'll be fine.
No, what you need to do is realize that red meat is for some of us, but you have fibromyalgia, so you can't interact with this, and you want everybody to plant fruit trees and nut trees. This is your opinion,
I'm quite the dictator, telling everyone what to do.
He's just telling you what he does. He's not really and I don't tell people what to do or what to think.
But Brian does. Brian's specialty is telling people what to do.
Oh, I see.
Let's be done with it.
Saying to keep an open mind. There's a multitude of suggestions, and that's why I have so many listeners that are giving me positive comments in your chat room.
Okay, well, you got fans. Okay, Brian, Prophet wants to move on because we only have a few more minutes in the show, but you aired your piece. I appreciate you calling.
And respectfully, I will bow out.
Thank you, Brian. Brian, why does he always sound angry? Am I angry? Prophet is you're not ever angry. You don't sound angry when you talk.
I'm getting annoyed, but I don't let it feed on me.
Oh, you're getting annoyed now,
I was, of course.
You're getting worked up with Brian, yeah. Well, he just sounds angry, and I will have Jim Lee on. I don't have U.S. calling when I'm in the day, but I'm trying to get that working. It's another technical thing, so I will call his U.S. number. I'm gonna definitely send him another email. He didn't respond, so I will have Jim on for sure. Now that I know he's on with Todd, Uncle Oddball, and the Health Deranger, And you would like to sit in on that call, Prophet?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Okay. Well, we'll have him on. Because I do think pollution is real. Do you think pollution is real? I think pollution is real.
Yes, but if you're tying that to chemtrails, I'm not sure about that.
Mhm.
But for sure, weather is for me a stronger possibility for the chemtrailing that might be happening.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And, yeah,
Well,
so
we had an almost tornado this 2 days ago in Toronto, Saturday.
you know,
I don't think they caused that. There's no proof.
yeah, it's just one blimp, really. But there's huge things are happening in the U.S. with the rainfall and
Okay.
or lack of it, and too much of it in China. It's very strange weather phenomena in China. You know, purple skies, pink skies before some of these
Okay.
weather events. And anyway, the infrastructure is there, as Jim will explain. So they're using it for something.
Yeah, I don't mind his discussions on the explanations, what they're trying to do. I just don't think it works on a grand scale, maybe on a micro scale. But yeah, I've listened to him.
Right.
I tend to agree. He does seem level-headed about the whole thing. It's really hard to argue with a level-headed person.
Yeah, he's done a lot of research and he's altered his
Mhm.
opinions slightly, and so that's
I'm
a good
I'm
sign.
gonna listen to that show. I'm really surprised that Uncle Odd's doing Down the Rabbit Hole now. Decentralized TV, Down the Rabbit Hole doesn't seem to be too topical with decentralizing your economy, but I guess he's branching out on different topics, which is fine.
Mhm. Last thing to cover, maybe that movie, The Odyssey, is out.
Oh yeah, my daughter wants to see that, so I'm gonna have to go.
Right.
I do whatever she wants to do because of the producer of that, who is named the same guy that did that fairly bad movie with Killian, whatever his name is, the nuclear guy. What's his name? Oppenheimer.
Okay.
Oh, Nolan.
Mhm.
That's him.
So he did the Oppenheimer piece too. That's, the nuclear psyop.
Yeah. Well, what's the Odyssey? It's about the book, Homer's Odyssey, right?
Exactly. And I have researched that or interpreted that extensively, and so
Yeah.
I can comment extensively on it.
Oh, right. You probably read the Odyssey because you're the prophet of fiction.
That's right. And
Are you going to see the movie?
no, but
Okay.
I don't have much patience for movies. I like to have a book and hold the page and then hold the thought and not be overwhelmed with sensory stimuli, sounds and images flashing, and that makes thinking almost impossible. But yeah, I've read it, of course, a few times, not from beginning to end, but pieces here and there, and studied them. It is one of those many pieces that tell us war is real. So that is part of the war psyop going through literature. Not so much the Odyssey, but the Iliad.
Okay.
The other book by Homer. And together they form a kind of Old Testament, New Testament, you could say.
Oh, okay. That's interesting.
That's one way to compare them. And what is the date? I think it's 3,000 years ago, somewhere in that range. 600 years ago. They're not sure. They're not sure where it happened. Where is Troy? So most.
You think it's all fiction, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. But as I always also do, is it's fiction that's disguising a reality. Because you can't invent lies from nothing. They're always
There's always a basis of truth.
Usually, yes. And you're trying to hide something when you're lying, generally. And the traces of it always remain. You just have to try to untie the messy knot.
Okay, what's the basis of truth of that?
The basis of truth of that, and recently I've done the work on the Jews being expelled from Jerusalem into Babylon. The basis is, I think, that instead of wars, what we had was people being deprived of their food forests and then being rounded up into fortresses. Troy is a walled fortress, really, more than a city, as Hector and Achilles actually run circles around this place in full armor, of course. I mean, that's impossible and ridiculous to imagine.
Yeah, we said armor is BS. Yeah.
Yeah, and to imagine two full-grown men running in armor around a city is a joke, right? And the Trojan War was supposed to end with sporting events, a little Olympics among the Greeks. I mean, really, they've been there for 10 years fighting, and after winning, they celebrate with sporting events. It's just nonsense, and how deep they pile this BS. But your professors in school will teach it with a straight face. And it's keeping the war narrative alive, as so many history books do, and the Bible. And you have grown men throwing rocks, boulders at each other. This is, ridiculous. You have a demigod, Achilles, who gets upset because the leader of the Greek team, the army, Agamemnon, maybe.
Okay.
He demands Achilles' slave girl, sex toy, and because he lost his prisoner of war, kind of the daughter of a priest, and Apollo was not happy about that. So he had to give her back, and then he didn't want to be without a female prisoner at his side in his bed. So he took Achilles, and Achilles got so upset that he refused to fight. I mean, really, who writes this silly story? Who reads these stories seriously? Hector goes out to fight in place of his good buddy, maybe bed buddy, Achilles, and takes his armor, wears his armor, loses everything, loses his life. Achilles gets upset and kills. Who did he kill? Hector, the best fighter on the Troy side, after doing laps around the city. But this is the kind of very silly stories, like David killing. Who was it? Goliath with a slingshot, with a little stone flung at his forehead. We're really going to buy that? Apparently, Goliath was actually wearing a helmet too. And okay, a shepherd boy kills and we're supposed to believe that two armies representing two kingdoms agreed that they would have a one-on-one combat by chosen fighters to decide who wins the entire war. We believe stuff like that happened. I mean, David and Goliath isn't one of those stories, but it very nearly matches that story that wars were decided by one-on-one combats by chosen fighters. But as for the location of Troy, really the best choice is in France, where there is a city called Troyes.
Okay. As in 3?
No, as in pure silver, Troy. Troy silver, Troy
Right.
gold. Yeah.
Yeah, what is
Yep.
the origin? Is it because of Troy?
Not,
Troy?
not sure. Troy. Yeah.
ES?
The plural?
Yeah, it's Troyes in
Yeah, the name of the town. Right.
Is that where they get the idea of Troy ounces? It looks like it's just south. Where's
Yeah, it
Paris?
could be.
Just south east of
Mhm.
Paris. Mm-hmm.
Right. So most people want to put Troy somewhere in Turkey, Middle East, but no, this all goes back. Everything goes back to Western Europe, as everything in the Bible does as well.
Mm-hmm.
I was just talking to a friend today about, Adam, the name Adam, and God gives Adam life by breathing, giving him his breath.
Oh, by the way, it's Troy ounces because it is named after
The town.
the town of Troy, because that was a major medieval trading hub, according to this. English merchants traded there as early as the 9th century, and the fairs at Troy helped standardize weights and measures for commerce. So that's where it comes from.
Right. And it all goes back to Western Europe and the aristocracy there. Even, as I say, the Bible, for example, Adam, God creates him and gives life to him with his breath. And the Dutch word for breath is adem.
Okay. Adam, yeah.
What is the coincidence? Now, my book is full of hundreds of these coincidences, hundreds and hundreds. So to me, it's very clear that it's Western European work, not 2,000 years ago, but more.
Right, because you contend that history started a few hundred years ago. That's when they started backdating history.
Stuff.
Yeah,
Right.
Right. That makes more sense to me because I think your central thesis is it's because people couldn't read and write anyway until that time.
Right. People couldn't. I think now that the cult, the aristocrats were sizable population, millions, so they probably had literacy and books already for themselves, at least for accounting and tracking and perhaps ritual purposes.
Mm-hmm.
But all this fake literature is very recent, fake history.
Okay, well, on that note, time is real and time is out tonight.
Yeah, that's good.
We talked about some good stuff. And it's Peter at fakeologist.com if you want to get a hold of Prophet.
Yeah, next time we could do more on the Odyssey because actually I focused too much on the Iliad today.
Well, I'd like to watch the Odyssey movie. I don't know if I'm going to see it by then, but maybe I'll be more useful on the show if I watch the movie. I'm not going to read the book. I guarantee that.
Maybe, yeah.
It's a few pages, isn't it?
It's, I don't know, 150, 200 pages, usually in.
Oh, it's not that long.
But it's usually written as poetry. So it depends on the translation you're working with.
Oh, okay. It's not that bad then.
No, maybe I'm underestimating, but it's not like a full novel. No, as I recall. I have my PDF right here.
Your PDF of the book?
Yeah, of one of them.
It's funny. We're having a good chat today about all kinds of other things, but the chat has just gone nuts about chemtrails. Why is it that the conspiracy crowd are addicted to chemtrails? Because I honestly couldn't care less about them, even if it was real. But it's quite interesting.
Well, I have to agree with Brian a little bit, at least. If it's impacting food production,
Okay.
then I
I don't
say,
think
yeah.
it is.
Well, you don't know, but I think I do. I'm sure I do.
Okay. Well, that's
Uh,
fine. But
let's
why
see.
is the conspiracy crowd so big on it? Is it just, do you have any idea? I'll ask Jim if he ever comes on the show.
No.
You have no idea? Okay.
Well, people can see it. It's not like talking about Kennedy. It happened long ago, and it is a bit worrisome if you don't know exactly what the contents of these sprays are. So, yeah, I don't know. There is lots to talk about. That is one. Ah, all right.
Yeah. Well, we can talk about it. If I get Jim on, you can come on too if you want. That's fine.
Mm-hmm. Good. Yeah.
I'll have to get a hold of Jim one way or t'other. He doesn't make his email too clear. But anyway, if you want to help the fakeologist out, we haven't had any value for value exchange today or this week. So it's fakeologist.com/donate. I challenge people to, I know people are very slow to adopt any kind of change, but I still think that Bitcoin and Satoshis are the future for holding value, and they do exchange value very conveniently and very frictionlessly. I bought, Peter, you'll be happy to know I bought fruit and vegetables from the farmer directly this morning,
Good.
and I paid him in Satoshis.
Oh, wow. Yeah, and that wasn't my father.
I usually pay for everything with credit cards to get my percentage back bonuses. But I know it costs him 3%, 2 to 3% by doing that. So I gave him, well, he gets charged by the credit card company.
Yeah. And MasterCard is the worst.
Is it? No, American Express is the worst.
Oh, that's the one. Okay.
But most people don't take it for that reason. They don't even take it.
Yeah.
But he takes Satoshis, and you could watch the payment go into his wallet in 1 second. I watched it. I watched it come out of my wallet and go into his wallet in 1 second. No transaction fees, and he has a currency that probably will go up over time because they're not making any more of it. So I wanted to challenge the listenership. Get yourself a wallet of Satoshi. I'm not going to tell you to do it because it's really easy and it's not my job. And send me 1 Satoshi. 1 Satoshi is, I believe, less than 1 red American cent.
Wow.
So that's the challenge. Try it out. See if you can get it working. Let me know if you do, because it's completely anonymous. So you have to give me something to look for. And let's try that out. Now, you can also send Bitcoin, but Satoshis are 1/100 millionth of a Bitcoin. So everyone can afford that. So I just want to challenge people. Otherwise, the traditional way, the credit card, the buy me a coffee, the Ko-Fi. So try them all. But I just want to challenge people, or PayPal, or mail. There's our mailing address. And also, people can go to Peter's site on YouTube, and you can support him too. You can buy his books. You just have to email him, right, Pete?
No, I now have. I do have a what's it called account, PayPal.
Oh, what is it? What's your email there, or where can they connect to it?
My PayPal account.
You don't know.
How does it work? Is it just profit of fiction at paypal.me or something like that?
Usually it's hooked up to your email address.
Right.
But you usually should have a link to it. But just email him and Peter will send you how to connect, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Do money orders still exist? Yeah, I still write checks. Is there a difference between Bitcoin and Satoshi? No. Bitcoins and Satoshis are the same thing. It's like dollars and pennies. That's the this is the same thing. Yeah, Western Union. I'm not going to Western Union, and money orders. No, you gotta. Fakeologist doesn't take money orders. You're gonna have to update to 2026, people. I don't have Venmo because I'm not in the U.S.
You accept gold, troy ounces?
Well, yeah, of course. Actually, somebody sent me silver.
Oh, nice.
A silver coin. I appreciate that. It's very kind. I did have to cash it in for groceries, but I found a silver coin collector. I don't collect coins because I just lose stuff.
Oh, yeah, we have that in common.
Yeah, so if you gave me a coin, it would be lost in a box somewhere. So, but I do keep track of my Satoshis in a very organized fashion. So thanks, everybody. And tomorrow's Monday. It means that should be Frank. But Frank is very generous. If I can find another guest that we are trying to get a hold of, he usually gives up his night. And otherwise, I said I was going to take this week off, but I haven't. But maybe next week. We'll see. All right, Prophet. Thanks, and have a great night.
Yeah, you too. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, everybody.